Hey y'all, welcome to my week 43 post VSG update. How are you? If you can see, I'm still rocking all of this acne, which is so unusual for me. But as you know, since surgery, my periods and hormones have been all over the place, and this is just further evidence. Before surgery, I never, ever, ever had acne. But anyway, it is what it is. How are you? I am feeling really great. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on October 20th, 2016 in Morristown, New Jersey at Morristown Medical Center. My starting weight day of surgery was 265. Last week I came to you at 175.6. This week I am 173.7. So that is a 1.9 pound loss for the week and 91.3 pounds down since surgery. Also my lowest adult weight ever. I'm so excited. This is my last weigh-in before my birthday, so I was super motivated to get there. It's so crazy that this is my lowest adult weight. Briefly, the summer between junior and senior year, I got down to 175, and now I am, 173.7. So, yeah, when I started high school, I was 200. I was trying to remember when was the last time I actually weighed this weight, and I really don't know. I reached this height in 5th grade. Yeah, I was 10 years old and 5'8". I was freakishly tall. And then when I started high school, when I was 14, I already weighed 200. So somewhere between the ages of like 10 and 13 was the last time I weighed this weight, which is pretty crazy. I was a child. It's crazy too because my mind hasn't like fully come around to how I look, and I feel like since I was 10 or 13, I feel like there have been many times in my adult life where I felt like I looked really good, I felt like I was really fit, and right now I don't necessarily feel that. I feel like I look okay, I feel like I look strong, but I feel like there's definitely still work to do, and I'm not, I'm still working towards a goal, and my mind just hasn't fully come around to this, that I don't see myself as the size that I really am. It's crazy. I'm so happy. You know what's crazy is I was watching Phil from Fat Kings Phil, one of his recent weekly updates, and he's like 14% body fat. I was watching that and I was like, wow, that's crazy low. That's so awesome. But when I mentioned it to my husband, he was like, yeah, men are typically lower, or supposed to be lower body weight than women, body fat percentage than women. And so we started looking at charts and stuff online. I just started reading about it. And all the charts that I saw had like, different categories for women. And the highest one was like 45% body fat plus or higher, right? And I was like, oh, I was never that much. He was like, I think you probably were. And I was like, no. As you might recall, I use a Fitbit Aria scale, which I like because it syncs to my Fitbit app and my Fitness Pal, and it measures your weight and your body fat, and obviously it records all your history for you, so you don't have to write it down or remember it or anything. I don't think it's like the most accurate scale in the world, but it's fine. I really like it. Anyway, so I started looking back through the logs, and my highest weight recorded on the Fitbit scale is 269, and that was the week before my surgery. I had been 265, which I always say is my highest weight. I had been 265 for like years leading up to the surgery. That 269 was a bit of an anomaly. It was the result of a lot of food funerals before surgery. But anyway, so that day that I was 269, I was 46.4% body fat. Guys, that's like half my body was fat at that point. And now I am 31.4% body fat, according to my Fitbit scale, which I know isn't the most accurate thing ever. But that's a huge drop. That's awesome. Definitely still have a ways to go, but it's definitely moving in the right direction. So anyway, I started looking at it. So 46% of the 269 that I weighed that day was 124.9 pounds. I was 125 pounds of fat, you guys. That is like all of what Lauren Dayton weighs. That entire weight, that's how much fat I was before. Body fat. That's so crazy. Now, 31% of my 173 is 54.5 pounds. So, less than 55 pounds of fat on my body currently, which means I have lost over 70 pounds of fat. That's so crazy. That's like mind blown. What the other 21 pounds are, I don't know. Muscles, skin, I don't know. Doesn't matter. I've lost over 70 pounds of fat. That's insane. Again, my mind just can't fully comprehend it all. It's definitely not aligned with reality right now. But I feel so good. I feel like celebratory, especially because my birthday's on Monday. So I just feel like it's a time to rejoice. I'm in a really good place, you guys. Since I got back from vacation, I feel like, except for that one day that we talked about, I feel like I've been eating on point. I've been working out a lot. I feel really like energetic and long and lean and clean and strong, and I feel really, really good. And I've just been like motivated by my birthday. You know, I'm a lot like my mom in a lot of ways. I mean, I'm a lot like my dad in a lot of ways too. But my mom didn't get married till she was 33, and she had me when she was 36. So my whole life growing up, I always heard her talk about how like her 30s were her favorite decade, best years of her life, how so many great things happened for her in her 30s, and how like when you're in your 30s, you're no longer a kid, you have your shit figured out, you know what you want in life, you know how to get it, like it's a really empowering time. And I feel that way about myself. I feel really hopeful for my future. Obviously, it was just kind of coincidence that I had my VSG while I was 30. I didn't like wait to turn 30 to have my surgery. But it's just really nice that I feel like it's a really clean start in this decade of my life, that I've got my shit together. Not just health-wise, but everything. I feel career-wise, life-wise, okay, I don't necessarily have all my shit together. I don't know where I'm going, but I just feel like I'm in a really good place. I feel like I feel joyful and successful and strong and empowered. Overall, I just feel more content, more confident with who I am as a person. You know what's really funny? I kind of started making this weird correlation. I almost feel like I'm less ambitious in my career now that I'm more content with my weight. And I know that might sound a little bit strange, but so I had this really good friend at work that I met 2 years ago when I moved to New Jersey for this job. And she and I were always like two peas in a pod, always like super, super ambitious with our careers and with our jobs. And that's just always been me. I've always been like, every job has been for the purpose of trying to get the next job, the next pay raise, the next pay band, the next title, the next level. And I've just been very focused that way, career-wise, and she was always like that too. Anyway, so we started working together about 2 years ago, and about 1 year ago, I got the job I currently have. So it was June of last year. And so I had gotten this promotion, and right after me, she got a promotion too. And now it's been about a year, and she's actually leaving the company. She's accepted a higher position at another company, right? Which I'm so, so happy for her. But I had lunch with her the other day, and she was like, so have you started looking for jobs yet? I was like, no, I've only been in this job for a year. She's like, yeah, it's time. And it shocked me that her reaction to me was shock. You know, like, I was like, no, I'm comfortable with where I am. I love my job. I really, really like my boss. I really like my teammates. I love what I'm doing. I feel like there's so much to learn. I feel like I'm so empowered to make decisions. It has a lot of growth potential for me still. I'm not done here. And she was just so taken aback by my reaction that I feel like I could be in this job for the next 5 years or more. And I realized that to her, that is so unlike me. And it really is. And so I started thinking that maybe this is weight loss related in a sense. Maybe because I'm finally more content with my body, that I can also feel more content with other things. And I feel like this goes way back. Even when I was a kid, I was probably not as overweight as I thought I was, but I was always, I hate the term bullied, but I was always made fun of in school for being the fat kid, and I think because I like saw that in myself, it like resonated more, you know, but my whole life, I've always been the fat kid in class, and I think whenever as a child, you're ostracized for whatever reason, there are kind of one of two ways that kids tend to go. They either tend to like shy away and disappear in a corner, or they decide to like set out and prove everybody wrong. Well, I definitely went that other way. I was going to be the best at everything, damn it. If kids weren't going to like me, they were going to at least be impressed by me for something, you know. I was valedictorian, I was student of the year, I got all the like scholarships and stuff. Like I was so academically focused when I was a kid, and still, I mean, and I think that translated to like career focus too, is what I'm getting at. And that even kind of turned into arrogance, honestly. In high school, where I was going to high school, I was not very challenged academically at all. And then I got invited to go to this boarding school for like academically gifted kids or whatever. It's actually where I met my husband. We met there. But anyway, when I went to that school, I met kids who were like true geniuses, actually like ridiculously smart. And for the first time ever, I like wasn't the smartest kid in the room, and I had to work really hard, and I loved it. Like I loved every second of it. I mean, these kids were like teaching workshops at MIT and Ivy Leagues during their summer breaks. They were consulting for NASA and shit. Seriously, like writing dissertations on string theory and stuff. It was amazing. I love this school, but it kind of put me in my place. But then I went on to college, and college was really easy, and like career stuff, I've just been so like driven and focused, and I've always been focused on that. And I think it has so much to do with my weight. I think from a very early age, I realized people weren't going to naturally like me because I was pretty or thin or whatever. So I had to be good at something else, you know? And I feel like academics and career were the things that were the option, right? Being liked for being pretty was off the table, so I had to be liked for something else. And so I was always so focused on succeeding in whatever realm I could. Academics, career-wise, I was so driven by that. And just the fact that I'm starting to realize that I'm not as ambitious about advancing my career as I used to be is really, it's so weird. It's not me. I feel like this is a profound pivotal change that has happened in me. I am no longer trying to achieve more and more because I'm happy with where I am. And it's not like I was unhappy before, you know what I mean? It's not like I hated all the jobs I had before and now I finally have a job I like. No, it's just a different mindset. I feel like I'm finally in a place where I'm fully at peace with who I am as a person. I feel confident in my ability to grow and learn in the position that I'm in. And that goes for my job and my weight loss and my life. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I have to always be chasing the next thing. I feel like I'm in a good place to learn and grow right now. And this all happened this week since I found out my friend is leaving. That I'm just like, it's so out of character for me. And yet I think it's my character that is changing. And that's really strange. I'm still wrapping my head around it all. It's weird. It's weird. Anyway, that's that's where my head's been this week. How are you? Oh, I saw my primary about my gallbladder, and she said I should go ahead and have it out. She said the Actigall doesn't work, but I can keep taking it if I want. She also made a good point. She said that I'm kind of like at the peak of my physical health right now, and there's no time better than now to have it out. You know, there's no time where I'm less likely to have complications than now, which I think is a really valid point. You know, if it's a year from now, 2 years from now, maybe when I'm 50 or 60 years old, I'll eventually have to have it out. And who knows, you know, at other points in my life, I may have other complications or whatever. So right now, when everything is good, is probably the best time to have it out. So that's a good point. I agree with her. I talked with my boss about scheduling it. They agree that within the next 6 months I should go ahead and have my gallbladder out. So I will keep you posted on what I decide about that. Yeah. Did you guys see Lauren from Chemistry Queen, her skin flake? She's having plastics, I think, on Monday. I'm so happy for her. That video was fierce. She is amazing. She inspires me so much. I'm so excited for her. Erin from my VSG confessional just had her plastics. She's looking amazing. Perforce is healing surprisingly well, so quickly. You guys, I'll make plastics look so easy. This is amazing. Except she's having some visa troubles, and she's supposed to start a new job in China soon, and the people who are supposed to be helping her are kind of screwing her over. So I hope everything works out. Anna is finally back from her vacation. I can't wait to hear all about it. Greenie is still on her vacation. Feels like she's been in Europe forever, but she's been posting updates, which I absolutely love. Oh, do you guys watch Kayla from Kayla's VSG Journey? She's back from a little bit of a hiatus, I guess, and she has just done so well. She's so sweet and so beautiful, and she really like keeps it real and raw and vulnerable, and she's just so beautiful. I will link her channel below, of course. But anyway, I'm just really glad she's back, and I don't mean for this to turn into like an infinite shout-out list. I just wanted to say hello to all of you, and I hope you're all doing well, and I love each and every one of you. Thank you so, so much for watching, and I will talk with you soon. Okay, bye.